Iran, I think, is, they've listened to Trump's rhetoric, and even though Steve Witkoff reportedly tried to make some contacts and start talks, that the Iranians recognize right now the United States isn't to be trusted. And it is, I put up a piece last week at sonar21.com where I went back over the State Department's statistics for international terrorism, because every year by law, the State Department's Bureau of Counterterrorism is required to produce a report on terrorism. It used to be called Patterns of Global Terrorism. Now they call it Country Reports on Terrorism. And initially the collection of the data was done by the CIA. Initially, back in 20 years ago through the Terrorist Threat Integration Center, TTIC, and now it's supposed to be done, I think, through the Counter Terrorism Center, or the Counter Narcotics, the CNTC, whatever they call that. But when you go through those statistics, even though the United States consistently says Iran's the number one sponsor of terrorism, it's not. The statistics just don't bear it out. How are you measuring that? You're measuring it in terms of groups carrying out attacks. Most of what are labeled as terrorist attacks in the world are carried out by Sunni groups, not Shia, and certainly not groups backed by Iran. So yet this claim that Iran is this unrepentant terrorist state that myth continues to be sold in the United States, and as a result, there's enormous hostility towards Iran that is not going to go away. So I understand why the Pezeshkian may say at this point, there's nothing to talk to the United States about. We like the mythology is that it's Iran that's out assassinating people. And when you look at the history, it's the United States that's been assassinating Iranians, General Soleimani. And there were at least five nuclear scientists between 2010 and 2012 that were assassinated in Iran, most likely by the Mujahideen al-Khalq with support from the United States and Israel. So Iran has been a victim of terrorism, and we haven't even talked about the groups down in Baluchistan. They have had long relationships with the CIA and been funded by the CIA. So, I think Iran is just recognizing that at this point the United States is not serious about wanting to seek a negotiated solution.
آنچه در مورد ما میگویند